Hello guys and welcome back to Jojm sits in a park and speaks about topics he doesn't fully understand because he feels like it. Today we're going to be speaking about something that I've actually thought a lot about, but I'm not a professional on, in which case you guys cannot take my word as like absolute truth. I'm just trying to understand the topic better. But in the last video I did a joke where there was a bit of misunderstanding around it. Don't know how many people misunderstood it, but I know one of my close friends did. I don't want to call him out, but I can understand where the issue comes in. I joked about ExpressVPN sponsoring the video, and it was a joke because ExpressVPN is an awful VPN company, and they sponsor a lot of YouTubers who don't understand that the VPN just isn't good. And there's many reasons why it isn't good, but one of the reasons is that their parent company is an ad company, which makes all of their claims untrustable. But I won't get into that here. The question is, what is a good sponsor ad? Because every sponsorship is somebody paying you to say something about their product, and most people get like a script that they read with sponsorship, and that script is obviously written by a person like ExpressVPN to say that the VPN is a good VPN. And if you want the money, you have to say what's on the script, whether you agree with it or not. So the issue comes in where it's I'm obviously biased if I have a sponsorship to say good things about the sponsor, or else I won't get another sponsorship, or I won't get the money at all. Which means it's no longer my opinion, but it's an ad. So if I'm a professional in anything, let's say I was a professional in mobile games, it wouldn't be ethically correct for me to take a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor, because if I speak good about them, then I will constantly make more money from affiliate links, which I'm going to get into affiliate links later, and then again from Raid Shadow Legends themselves literally wiring me money to say good things about them. Then I lose all my credibility as a mobile game reviewer for the money that Raid Shadow Legends is willing to pay me. You see the problem here. The problem is that I am no longer an independent YouTuber. I am an advertiser. Now, there's a nice line that I like to draw where I think that some sponsors are okay. So let's say I'm a mobile ad reviewer or mobile game reviewer, and I have no clue about VPNs. And I read their script where it says ExpressVPN is an amazing VPN or whatever. And I say that they paid me to say this. And I say that I'm not a professional on this matter and I don't understand VPNs. With all of those disclaimers of they paid me, this is an advertisement, I don't understand VPNs, but they look decent. They claim to be amazing. With all of those, and the fact that you don't review VPNs on your channel, it seems ethically correct to do that. I understand that YouTubers have to make money as well. I understand that I am a person who's not living from my paychecks. I'm actually living with my parents. I'm 17. I'm not out of the house yet. So I understand that I don't understand money completely, and I understand that I don't understand these things at all. But the one thing I do understand is that if you want to keep your reputation and your credibility, you can't be paid by the companies that you are reviewing or promoting. That can't ethically make sense. If I get paid, even if it's not purposefully, subconsciously, I am going to be wanting to make it better so that they pay me again. Now, affiliate links. Affiliate links are a little bit more sneaky because I can tell you that it has nothing against my review. But subconsciously, again, every single time somebody buys that whatever it is. Let's say I had an affiliate link to Raid Shadow Legends. I think it's free, so that wouldn't even work in any case. But let's say I did. And every single time somebody bought Raid Shadow Legends using my affiliate link, I get 50 cents or whatever. And I told 1 million people, I have the link in a video that 1 million people watch. It would be in my best interest, whether consciously or subconsciously, to say that Raid Shadow Legends is a good game and kind of lower my rating of any other mobile game. So if I'm a mobile game creator, unless every single game that ever existed I have an affiliate link for, and I earn exactly the same amount of money, no matter which game people buy, affiliate links are also adding to bias. And in any kind of reviewer, bias is a bad thing. It's not good. You need to be an unbiased reviewer. I understand that being biased is part of every person, but adding to bias is never a good thing. And anything to take away bias is always a good thing. So another way that this could work, another way that somebody can be sponsored or have affiliate links, is if they live stream being blindfolded and having a third party obviously checking these blindfolds and moving around okay, so this wouldn't work with games because you have to see it. The art style makes it clear which game it is if you've played the game before. And if you're a reviewer, I really hope you've played this game that you're reviewing before. So it wouldn't work with games, but something like headphones, keyboards. Let's say I'm reviewing a keyboard switch and Cherry paid me to say that Cherry MX Browns are amazing, or they just gave me an affiliate link to Cherry MX Browns. The right thing to do would be for me to be blindfolded and to type with a Cherry keyboard, a Cherry MX Brown, and then a competitor of a Cherry MX Brown. It wouldn't work if we're having something like, sorry, for the people who don't like keyboards here, but it wouldn't work if we had something like a linear, like a Gateron Yellow versus a Cherry MX Brown, because I can still be biased to the Cherry MX Brown because I can feel that this is a Cherry MX Brown and that's a Gateron Yellow. One's a tactile switch and one's a linear switch. Now, a headphone analogy. Let's say I was blindfolded, and this is a harder one as well because theoretically they should have both the same pad, so I don't know which one is which, but then I would be changing the sound of them. So like a Sennheiser HD 600, if I had a leather pad on that compared to a velour pad, it's going to change the sound, so that wouldn't work either. So it's very difficult to get these things right, and I understand that, and it's not a simple problem of no one should ever be sponsored ever, but I think a better way to do things is merch, because yes, there's going to be bias. You are the person who's selling merch. ExpressVPN will say that ExpressVPN is amazing. That's correct. That is just what it is. If I own something, of course, and I earn money from you buying what I own, of course I'm going to tell you that what I own is amazing. So it is an obvious ad, and it won't bias anything unless you are like a t-shirt reviewer and you own merch. Whatever merch you have can't compete in what you are reviewing, and if it can, it has to be like purposefully awful. Now I've got to think. Let's say I built a car, and it's a car just for the memes. I don't think it's a actually good car. Let's say it's it looks like a Honda Accord, but it's got the top taken off, and it's got no headlights or something. Like it's not supposed to be an actual car. Then I can review cars, because I'm not going. Then I can put the Honda Accord wherever I want, because everyone knows it's a meme product, and they will not take my word on a Honda on the Jojm Accord properly. They won't take my word on that in any way, shape or form, because it's a meme car. It's not a real thing. But if I'm actually making merch, something like a really nice shirt, I can't go out and review other people's shirts. I have to go take a third party, but this would still be an ad. But I take a third party, they're live streaming, so I can't constantly be editing what they don't like out, and they're going to be going to people that I don't know at all. I can't have any influence on them. And then they take those two things to people that have never seen either of them, feel them, wear them, all of that kind of stuff, and say which one's better. I can't review shirts anymore because I own my own shirt line. So a way that this is like tackled in Linus Tech Tips is that he owns shares in, and that's also another thing I'm going to get into now, but he owns shares in Framework, and now if he reviews a laptop, he's going to have to say he owns shares in Framework, which I think is fine. I think I'm a little bit more extreme than that. I think if he owns shares in Framework, he shouldn't be reviewing laptops in the first place. But that means now I'm not going to take his word on any laptop anymore. It is just what it is. So as soon as you own shares or any kind of monetary value, so if somebody buys a Framework laptop instead of the laptop that Linus was reviewing, do you know what happens? He earns more money. More money goes into his pockets. Well, it's not a lot, but it's still there's still money, and he really wants Framework to win, which is why he owns shares in Framework. So he's got a bias. And I understand that everyone has a bias, but I would not like a person like the head of Ubuntu. I've forgotten what they are, who they are. But I wouldn't like a person like the head of Ubuntu to be reviewing operating systems, saying which one is better than the other, because they have a clear bias towards any Ubuntu operating system, and especially Ubuntu itself. Another thing like this would be, imagine if Jeff Bezos was the YouTuber that you're watching, and he is reviewing other shopping sites, not Amazon. He would obviously have a negative or a more negatively stanced review on any other shopping sites except for Amazon. I don't know if any of this makes sense. One thing that Critical does, he's made, or like he's co-made a few IEMs, or in-ear monitors like earphones, with a few companies, and what he does is he just doesn't review them. He shills them, basically saying, this is my product, by the way, buy it, please, gives me more money. That, of course he does that, it's his product, he can do that, but he can't review it, and he can't have that earphone skew his review. So, yes, that is straddling the line very close, but I think the way he does that is pretty good. So, with all of these thoughts just thrown out in the most unorganized way possible, what do I actually mean? What I mean is, you cannot be sponsored or have affiliate links or own shares in a company if you think that is a competitor to anything that you're reviewing. If you do, you lose credibility and you add in bias. And that is why I will never be sponsored by a person like ExpressVPN or ProtonVPN or even Molvad, which they don't sponsor me, but I think they're the best VPN company. And I don't actually think VPNs, like, you shouldn't be using VPNs in the first place, but they're the best VPN company if you had to use a VPN. It's Molvad. And they didn't pay me to do this. My bank account is still as empty as ever. They didn't pay me. I just genuinely think they have the best product. And if I want to review games, I can't be sponsored by a person like Raid Shadow Legends. If I want to be reviewing mobile games, if I want to be reviewing desktop games, I can't be paid by Microsoft at all. Then I'm going to have a bias towards Minecraft, Halo Infinite, any Microsoft game, especially games in Game Pass. I can't be sponsored by them. I can't have shares in Microsoft, and I can't have shares in a company like ExpressVPN. It's not ethical. I think sponsor spots can be ethical in some ways. I'm going to explain now how to do that. But you can't have sponsor spots or have shares in a company that is a competitor to anything you review. That adds in bias, in my opinion. So that's why I won't do that. And if you hear sponsor spots, chances are I'm joking, especially in a case like a tech company. And I will make it very clear when I am actually being sponsored. I doubt that I ever will be, but it doesn't matter. I will make it very clear that I'm actually being sponsored when I'm being sponsored. And it'll be something like a shaver, because I know that I won't get into content like reviewing shavers. I wouldn't mind being sponsored by Dollar Shave Club or something like that. I wouldn't mind being sponsored by a car company, because I'm not going to review cars. That's too expensive for my blood. But if you guys are understanding, please leave a comment about that. If you guys think I'm wrong, please leave a comment. That'd be amazing. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Of course, this is just me, a person who doesn't know what they're talking about, sitting in a park with his iPhone. Again, like, if I want to review phones, I can't be sponsored by Apple. I can't have shares in Apple. I can't have affiliate links for iPhones or anything like that. I can't even be paid by a company that has shares in Apple or anything like that. If I'm directly connected or even indirectly connected closely to a company like Apple, ExpressVPN, Raid Shadow Legends, then I can't review any of their competitors. That's just how it is. So how would you do sponsors and actually be able to eat if you need to do all of this? I think, again, merch, and don't review any clothing. What else? You can run your own platform like Floatplane, but that's not going to be an easy one. But there you go. Linus and them do that. They run a platform called Floatplane, not sponsored. You can do sponsorships on things that aren't related at all to the content that you make. And you don't need that many sources. But I mean, you could stream on Twitch as well. People will send you money directly in Twitch, and you can stream on YouTube. Have that join feature at the bottom. Look, there's several ways to make money, and sponsor spots are actually a very good, stable income, theoretically speaking. So I'm not saying that anyone should stop. These are the rambling thinkings of Jojm on a hill in a park because he feels like it. Thank you guys for watching. Please come to the next one. The next one's going to be about why YouTube won't die in 5 years, unlike the predictions of another person that are quite bold, but I think that he really just wanted a thumbnail and title. See you guys.